Greetings, everybody, and look at this. Here we are in the media files once again, and we are going to do a DVD close-up, yeah, of a small box set, nothing real major. But what can I say, though? I've actually watched this show, these series of movies for quite many number of years. Had no idea that there was going to be a major online, what started on YouTube ended up going to Netflix. Well, let's just start back in the beginning with this really awesome series. We have the Karate Kid collection. That's what we're going to talk about today here on the Media Files. Welcome back. So yeah, the Karate Kid. Now, obviously, I was not born when the first movie was released. It was originally released in 1984, so I was not born yet. However, though, I kind of came across the Karate Kid Part 3 when I was when I was obviously younger, at a video store titled, I believe it was called Video World back in the early days. No, Mr. Video, that's what it was. If you knew what Mr. Video was, that was awesome. So I remember renting the Karate Kid Part 3, and I'm like, this is actually a pretty cool movie. And sure enough, I went, and the following time I went, I got the other two. And then I had no idea that there was going to be a fourth movie, but none of those characters were there except for Mr. Miyagi. So, I don't really like the next Karate Kid. It's cheesy, but it's alright. But so let's just start off with the first film, shall we? Yeah, we're going to look at all 4 films in this collection. So here we have The Karate Kid. An amazing, amazing film directed by John Avildsen, the director of Rocky. He's kind of known for, I don't know what it is, but he always seems to, direct these really good, about movies about how, person's coming into the road and they have to, basically, take it upon themselves to, overcome whatever challenge comes ahead of them. So we have basically a young man by the name of Daniel, who played by Ralph Macchio, as well as Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita. So basically, he decides to go into a karate tournament. Doesn't really know that much karate, so he comes across this gentleman that's helping him, which would be Pat Morita. Mr. Miyagi, fighting not good. I know, son. Like I say, an amazing performance, and not only that, though, he got an Oscar nomination for this. How the hell he did not win, I'll never know. But basically, this is just a single disc. That, though, co-stars Elizabeth Shue as his girlfriend, and I cannot remember what the actor's name is, but it escapes me at the moment. But music by Bill Conti, who also did Rocky as well. So once again, it's in a thin case. So here we have really awesome artwork. Also with the Karate Kid, with Daniel and Dr. Miyagi. Jeez, I can tell I'm brain fried. Mr. Miyagi training for the All Valley Karate Tournament. But this puppy is loaded with features. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. So we have all new bonus features, including commentary with director John Avildsen, writer Robert Mark Kamen, who's done lots of great stuff, including the Transporter series. Robert Kamen, and actors Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. The Way of the Karate Kid multi-part making-of featurette, as well as the Beyond the Form featurette, East Meets West, A Composer's Notebook, and Life of Bonsai featurette. Yeah, so what can we say? Such a great movie, especially if you like underdog movies. Really, really, really good. So good, in fact, that, well, they made a sequel. Yep. So here we have The Karate Kid Part 2. Yeah, so this takes place literally right at the end of the first film and continues on from there. This time, Daniel and Miyagi, they go to Okinawa, Japan, and where they can find themselves entangled with one of Miyagi's decade-old feud from a former friend of his. And, not only that, they'll get introduced to some new characters, also written, once again, by Mark Kamen, and also directed by John Alvinson. Basically, everybody who worked on the first one came back, basically. But, we added a few new characters in there. So, yeah, what can we say? Awesome. We have Discard as well, which is, a little darker, but it's such a great movie. A little bit different, which obviously, you kind of have to do. But the storm sequence that happens in this film is amazing. Because it basically shows, let the past be the past, and let's, take care of ourselves, basically. Not very much as far as featurettes go on here, but we have the interactive DVD ROM game and the sequel featurette. Yep, and that's pretty much about it for the sequel. And finally, so we have a double feature on this disc. Yeah. So we have the Karate Kid Part 3 and the next Karate Kid. And, well, lo and behold, what do you think this is going to be? Columbia? And, probably owned by Universal, as always. We have our favorite flipper disc. Yeah, flipper discs suck. The funny thing is, the logo there is actually from the next Karate Kid, not the Karate Kid Part 3. So here we have Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita returning once again for a third time. However, this time around, Daniel decides that, he doesn't want to be in the tournament. So we get introduced to a brand new villain played by, God, what is his name? I can't remember his name at the moment, but the actor that portrays Terry Silver. I believe this was his first movie, and God, he's such a great villain in this movie. And, I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. He's such a guy that, you really don't want to mess with. And, so after learning his mistakes, he decides one final time, well, let me re-enter this tournament with Miyagi's help this time. And sure enough, he basically learns his lesson and does something else with his life, finally. So then, that was pretty much it for a while. And then, roughly about 6 years later, they decide, well, we need a new Karate Kid movie. And Ralph Macchio was doing other stuff at the time, including My Cousin Vinny, I believe. I can't quite remember. So they decide, well, let's have a new actress in here. And so we have, the only actor returning, really, is Miyagi himself, Pat Morita. But we have a new actor in the role this time around. It's not Miyagi. It's not Miyagi. It's not Daniel. It's the character of Julie, played by Hilary Swank. Yeah, this is one of her first and early films. But also you get the villain by Michael Ironside. I mean, come on, Jester himself. Yep. As well as what's his name? The lieutenant from Starship Troopers, Lieutenant Rastak. So yeah, but this time around, not written by any of the original crew or anything like that. Overall, it's not really that good. It kind of sucks, to be honest with you. So, it's alright for what it is, but I was like, I could have done better, but, it didn't do very well, to be honest with you. So, that's pretty much it with this collection. No bonus features on this disc. Yep, nothing. Plain Jane, just the movies. So, with that, basically we thought, well, the Karate Kid was basically done. Great, fairly good set of movies. Goes from really great to basically utter crap like most, movies do and whatnot. But then weird rumors going around that there would be a TV series in the works. So I'm like, oh, okay. Or how the hell are they going to do that? There's no way those actors are, 17 anymore. Turns out, well, it would be 35 years after the original film. So all the actors would be their current age, which would go on to become the Cobra Kai series. And oh my god, that series is so good. The guys who created the series are diehard fans of these movies, and you can tell. But what's so great about it is that they literally start up from the All Valley tournament of the first film, and when what happens to the villain at the end of the movie. It's been a while since I've seen this. Um, that it literally starts like right when he hits the mat, and literally cuts to 35 years later. Now, if you actually have a high definition television, you can actually somewhat tell where the cut is, and like how much change in the actor is, because it's the original actor for the movie. Because when he lays his hands and arms out like that, if you actually pay attention to the detail on his skin and whatnot, you can tell how aged it is, obviously, because they're using high definition cameras. But you can just kind of tell it looks like he's supposed to be basically lying on his front, basically. But obviously, you can tell that the actor himself is the way his skin line is, especially here with his arms and whatnot. You can tell it's been quite a while. So, but overall, what can I say? No, I think they're getting ready to do their final season by now. And, at least I think it's their final season. Yeah, I think they only plan on doing 6 seasons, and I've got seasons 1, 2, and 4. I don't have season 3 yet. So I have seasons 1, 2, and 4. I don't have the third season yet. That's the only one I need to track down until season 5 officially gets released. Because the more you purchase stuff like this, the more streaming services will physically put them out on physical media. Yeah. Otherwise, we will never get stuff like The Irishman or Cobra Kai or anything like that, available on physical media to have basically for life before it gets edited, like certain movies. So yeah, with that, that completes this small DVD close-up review. And with that, I will see you later. Ciao.